Hello YouTube, this is your boy Matthew Drakely here, and today I'm actually going to do a quick little guide here on Mount Olympus, since I'm actually going to be farming this on my max level wizard with my friend Wolf. So actually, Mount Olympus you get here at level 30 through a side quest from Cyrus Drake, and it's basically where you get a bunch of cool gear for level 30. They're called Zeus gear, and the Zeus gear is pretty powerful for level 30, and it can take you all the way up to level 60 if you need be. It's like that long term of a gear that you'll use. Anyway, while my friend does all the dialogue, I'm going to go ahead and show you the first boss. The first boss is over here in this area, the area of the sun, or sun chamber. I'm not gonna do dialogue because honestly, who does dialogue? And this boss is a Polio Bright One, and basically his thing is that he would basically cast a single target attack that basically gives everyone a accuracy decrease. So the best thing you want to do here is focus on, well, actually for this entire dungeon, focus on AoE damage. If you have a fire, a storm, a myth, an ice, just anyone who has an AoE damage, definitely use that here. Or at least in this full dungeon. If you don't have AoE damage, everyone focus on one target at a time. It's best to take out the minions first, but Pollo in this dungeon is very helpful to take out first as well, mainly because of that AoE decrease. So let's go ahead and basically use my AoE to take these guys out. Hopefully we can take these guys out since I'm at max level. But yeah, for death, AoE would only be available at level 48, I believe, with Scarecrow. And if you happen to do Lore Master, it's a dungeon that is found in Dragonspire. If you do that beforehand, you'll get this spell possibly dropped from it, and you can actually use Lore Master, or not Lore Master, Deer Knight, which is this spell, to do as much damage as possible. And the good thing about Deer Knight, it does damage over time as well, in case you don't hit or don't kill. Another thing I have on my character is a pet that has a bunch of blades, just in case I need them. Anyway, as we do that, if you haven't already, there in this spot right here, you can actually pick up this banner, but you can't really do that, or at least I can't do that at the moment because I already collected it. Now, while Wolf does the other dialogue, that basically is a back and forth game where you feed up enemy, talk to Athena, and then go back to whatever you're doing. So the next boss, or not boss, battle, that what you have to do is in the Moon Chamber. In the Moon Chamber, we have to fight this Crescent Moon Centaur. And I'm gonna wait for Wolf to come because I want him to go in first since he's gonna support me. And this chamber is basically a death, like a hate on death chamber, because death has a resistance against them, so we can't really do as much damage. I'm going to just hit, just because I think they're weak enough to kill. But if you're lower level at level 30, don't hit until everyone is hitting. It's best to have everyone hit if you all have AoE damage. If you're a life wizard, you'll definitely be in trouble unless you have a Kookaburra pet. Kookaburra pets have an AoE hit for the life school. There's also a dungeon or a key boss that recently came out that you can possibly get a spell called Rot Oscar Spin. and that spell is an AoE damage that you can possibly drop in Grizzleheim in a key boss. But yeah, we managed to kill this dungeon really fast. Again, like I said, I'm speedrunning this with Wolf so I can quickly um, get him the gear he needs. But honestly, I'm just going through telling you guys what you kind of need to do, and what kind of the enemies have in challenge for you. Up here is where the next enemy is, and we have to wait for Wolf to complete the dialogue. And the next enemy is this Praetorian Guard. And I'll wait for Wolf again, because I need his help. Or I don't need his help, but I need him to support. And I hope he's coming. I don't see him on this side. Let me see on the side. Oh, yep, there he is. Anyway, so the Praetorian Guard is a storm enemy, and he has 3 myth enemies as well, or allies. Real problem is that those Cyclops can have a chance to stun, while the Praetorian Guard does this though, which is Tempest. Tempest does a lot of damage based on as many pips they have. So even though I can resist, like, and it's very low amount of damage for us at the moment, if you don't have the right gear and you are soloing this, it can really put pain in your side. And even though I know they can solo this at higher levels, but if you're lower level, I'm not even sure if it's possible. So here comes my Deer Knight, and we'll actually kill these enemies as fast as possible this time. And actually, I'm really glad about the recent spring update for Wizard 101. Almost all the AoEs are one-time hits. So like you hit them click on them once, and they do almost every single enemy in one swoop. So now I'll probably let Wolf go and do the Athena, and then I'll go down here to the next enemy, or not the next enemy, but the next challenge. And this challenge is with Iris Golden Apple, and it has to deal with these statues that she's against, or that she has in the field. Basically, once you talk to her, she gives you the 3 pawns that you collected, and what you want to do is left for straight on attack, right for brute force, and middle for ranged attack. Basically, general knowledge of enemies. So I'll let Wolf go ahead and head up and go talk to Athena. Well, we wait. I hope everyone's having a good day today. I honestly want to see what you guys think upon this dungeon so far. I know I'm going through it really fast, but again, I'm speedrunning, hopefully to give you guys a small guide on what to do. But yeah, now basically after you talk to Athena, you have to go into the Hall of the Watchful Eye. And the reason why it's called the Hall of the Watchful Eye, in my opinion, is because there's Cyclops here and they're guarding the Hall of the Coppersmith. And Wolf should be here any second now. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There we go. I was correct. That was epic. That was a long time. Anyway, let's go ahead and go in. This room is basically 2 enemies for 2 people, or basically 3 for 3, 4 for 4. Anyway, so I'm just gonna quickly take care of these guys, and then the next step is kind of going to the Hall of the Watchful Eyes. I honestly don't know. Yeah, it just depends on time for me today, how many times I do this run, or this process, but it depends on whatever. Um, anyway, so, yeah, we basically defeat these guys. I'll quickly show you the Hall of the Watchful Eye, so that you can see this. Or, not the Hall of the Watchful Eye, the Hall of the Coppersmith. So this is the Hall of the Coppersmith. I'll let Wolf go ahead and talk. Or, actually, no, I think he's letting me talk this time. So, I'll basically, once you talk to this guy, you have to go and collect these golden eagles. I'll go ahead and follow Wolf to do that, even though that's not optimal. Best thing to do is have one person in the Hall of the Watchful Eye talking to Coppersmith, while the other quickly does this quest. So yeah, one eagle will be here at this corner. One eagle will be up here. I think he didn't get this one. Yep, right here in this eagle. I think he didn't know which one I got. One will be up here back by the front gate. Don't go out the front gate though, it's just right here on the right corner. And one, which I believe Wolf got, is actually back in the Sun Chamber. And I'll quickly show you that while he goes and talks to the Coppersmith. So yeah, the other one will be right here in this corner. So I believe he's going to talk to the Coppersmith. If not, I'll go there just in case. It's taking me a sec, so give me a moment. Okay, so now the next area we have to do is actually up by where we defeated the I can't say it, the guard, that's the storm boss, the storm enemy, and we had the 3 Cyclops to defeat. What we have to do is go through the doors that was actually up there, and it's called the Hall of Battle, I believe. Yep, Hall of Battle. Now here we go. Here's our boss that we have to defeat. This is just before our main final battle. Ares actually gives you a spear every single time, or wand, that gives you a power pip and 10 damage, which is pretty cool. And what you want to do with this boss is always do AoE. Don't do single hits unless you're gonna kill. Because if you do a single hit against Ares, you actually basically do damage to yourself, because he attacks you and gives yourself a 30% trap. So that's why I'm doing the AoE, because we don't want that. We want to just quickly get rid of them. And just so you know, if there's one snake, there's gonna be 3 if you have a full party. And by the way, the AoE doesn't affect him unless it's a single hit first. Let's go ahead and use a blade. Well, Wolf does the trap, and I know I'm Wolf too on this account, but hopefully we can quickly get through this. This is not the single hit though, the problem that we had before. This is just him doing a spell called Hellhound, and that's one of the spells in his pool, or his spell pool. And to be honest, I think we're gonna be fine. This guy is just gonna get killed at the next turn. And again, he has 3,600 health. So if you weren't able to defeat him in that amount of health, just know Storm and Ice could possibly do as much damage as possible. Not always, but they're the better of the two. The 7. So let's see. We did get our Sky Iron Hostler. This is the wand we were talking about. And I guess they changed the stats for health, not health, damage and resist. So that's new to me. And then in this room, we have a new enemy, or at least 2 new enemies. We have the boss called Zeus, and the Minotaur Warrior. If you have a full party, or at least 3 out of the 4, the Minotaur is actually your worst enemy here. Not Zeus. Zeus probably is better than nothing, because even though he does good damage with Storm and Myth, the Minotaur actually does a lot of shielding, and you don't want him to shield as much as possible. You want to get rid of those shields as fast as possible. And that sucks because Zeus can also cast that, which minus 70% of your damage, or 70 damage in this case. I think they changed a lot of the stuff around that I don't know about. But yeah, since he's gonna trap him the most, I am just gonna do Deer Knight and do as much damage as possible. And I also like AoEs for this case because Deer Knight can do an AoE on all enemies and then do a damage over time, or a dot, on all of them as well. Luckily we killed Zeus before he has to do any damage. Oh, and I forgot to mention, if you have over, I believe, 6 or 7 pips, Zeus actually does a cheat that makes you basically take damage for the amount of damage you do with the spell. Also, this is one of the good boots for death. Zeus Boots of Rancor. If you get this one, you actually are really good for moving forward in the game. This is like the best boots. And I don't think I got anything else, but in any of the Zeus boots, the Zeus robe and the Zeus helmet, all of those are really good for you to get. Anyway, Zeus also drops a wand. I wouldn't suggest using it because the Sky Iron Hasta is better. But yeah, that's it for the video. I'll continue farming with Wolf, but I just wanted to share this with you guys and show you how to go about this dungeon. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye!